This is a tale of fire and ice, a story that ended up in disaster. Oh my god. With many things learned along the way, it turns out fire does melt ice and wet plus chilled equals frozen. And no matter what the game is, it all leads to a stealth bound. However, honor mode in BG3 is tough, as one mistake can send you back to the main menu. What I didn't see coming was to be humbled in the most unexpected way. Join our heroes as they rise from the fiery ashes of defeat in honor mode's greatest comeback and prove that revenge is best served ice cold. The hero of our adventure is Shadowcute, and she is joined by one other, willing companion. Hello, Truant, sweetie, do you want to introduce yourself?
I would love to introduce myself. Yes, I am the Truant. My character will be named Zonk.
My character's name is Shadowcute.
Yeah, Shadowcute and Zonk. Who can forget that famous duo?
Shadowcute woke up on the North alone. It had been many 10 days since she had taken off her boots, and something had to be done. You might want some distance here, because the aromas do be pretty powerful.
This way.
My god, what kind of feet do that?
Only the Shadow feet do that, sweetie. Soon after, we were interrupted by Shadowheart's canonical girlfriend, Lazel. But unfortunately for her, this was a joy run. To see your bestie bye. The joy had the first taste of combat.
That was a lot of damage. That poor imp never saw it coming.
Wait, 2 crits in a row? Confused how Shadowheart managed to crit twice, we started searching for a logical answer, naturally arriving at the conclusion that every pair of shoes had an additional 10% crit chance.
That checks out. Here, let me give you my pair too.
The pair reached the control room, and without any hesitation, Zonk ran straight for the transponder. Whilst the shimp was on a crash course, the pair had the first deep conversation. Is this what it's like to be in love? Every time I see her, I just think she's the most beautiful thing.
I think that's love. Yeah.
Shadowcute walked across the bank, collecting many containers and a fish from a basket. A hole appeared, and that caught Shadowheart's interest. Unfortunately for the glory hole, all of the party's lines were taken, so she ignored the request.
No!
Our heroes came across an injured mindflayer, a disgusting creature that needed to be put out of its misery. Shadowheart bludgeoned it to death with her worn shoes, a chilling disposal method indeed. Zonk and Shadowcute then snuck past a twink with skin so pale like it hadn't seen the light of day for centuries. They soon came across a stash, but it was hidden under a very heavy rock. I don't have enough strength, do you, sweetie?
No, not at all.
Shadowheart had her own stash, complete with a hill giant elixir, giving her the strength to move the rock and reveal something important for the run. Spade. I meant potion and speed. It wasn't the only potion Shadowheart wanted to drink. She downed a potion of flying and used it to skip the most boring encounter in all of Baldur's Gate 3. Shadowheart was spared from the initiative realm, but the same can't be said for Zonk. She enjoyed her freedom by gardening, feeding a fish to the bear for 15 XP, being scared by a wolf, and seeing a tiefling child step on a Lego. Kids these days, you know, just shaking my hand. The pair were fighting their separate battles.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I got hit by a lot of damage. I'm down.
I'm dealing with Nettie's yapping.
You know, because you should have... Not yet.
In the grove, we meet our dealer. Auntie Ethel might be her friend, but nonetheless, she sells the goods. The goods that we're interested in being the strength elixirs, invis potions, and bottles of water. Just put it on my credit card. Our time in the grove was finally finished, and we moved on with our adventure.
I love just rolling in the XP as you just do everything.
Speaking of XP, we used our disguise self for the windmill and gained a level up before moving on to the goblin camp and the shattered sanctum.
One of my viewers has a question for you. Is she shadow cute or shadow feet?
She's Shadowcute until long rest, where the shadow feet come out, and I do clean them with my tongue run.
Oh man.
After triggering the artifact cutscene by crossing the bridge, we get withers to show up at the camp. It was time to respec Shadowheart. Okay, I'm gonna change the sorcerer here. So we're gonna go white draconic ancestry, which will boost our cold damage once we hit level 6. Okay, that's my stat allocation. If you don't like it, leave. Twinned and extended will be your meta magics of choice for level 2. At level 3, picking the hold person spell, along with the quickened meta magic. Eager to test out our newly gained power, Shadowheart found the perfect victim. Okay, pray for me.
Oh, she really didn't mind that, huh? Okay, boop.
Do we just have infinite turns?
You should search that corpse.
I actually didn't know you could just hold person her and that she wouldn't fight back or anything.
Heading into Priestess Gunt's private quarters. You know what else I learned? Okay, let's try a nice knife. I sure love casting spells. Yep, I learned spellcasting sucked ass, but that's okay, as we solved a puzzle and we're treated to a visual of Shadowheart. Being a priestess of charm, Shadowheart destroyed the Moonstone and encountered an angry Minotaur. A massive 1 damage, let's go baby. 1 damage might not be much, but with the combined power of fire and ice, Zonk and Shadowcute found their stride. Thus, after this encounter, the pair settled in for the first long rest of the day. You okay, bestie? Do you have a tummy ache?
Yeah, tummy's a little sore, you know. Eat some bad camp supplies.
Even though we cannot take Lizelle in this playthrough, I decided to honor all the fanfictions I've been reading with a version I call a Lizelle at home. The day began with Shadowheart encountering a torch storm. Not paying any attention, this knocked her off her feet and broke her jump action. My jump's broken here. Can you shove me, please, sweetie? Shoving did not work. Maybe getting punched? Critical hit for 1. What the hell?
Yeah, Zonk really put his heart into that.
Alright, how about getting knocked down and getting back up again? Okay, let's see my jump now works. It didn't work, okay. Just actually kill me and revivify me.
Oh man, the first death. Okay, you gotta stand still. Stop it. Good lord. What the hell?
Oh my god, what the hell? With the ability to jump regained, Shadowheart decided to head to the Arcane Tower, and it was here our heroes decided to split up for efficiency, running past all the turrets and jumping all the way down to the bottom to find a sussy flower. The sussy flower reactivated the lamps, allowing her to collect mushrooms for a very special quest. Before departing the tower, she hugged a robot and sapped all the deactivated turrets for the experience. We met up with Zonk again at the Myconid colony, where we gave Emilium the mushrooms we had just collected for a very interesting drink.
Not a drop left. Very good.
That's me after I drink Shadowheart's boots went.
Ayo?
Giving us our permanent boots for the run, the boots of Stormy Claymore. Whenever we inflict a condition, we also inflict 2 turns of reverberation. What does reverberation do? Well, the affected entity has a -1 to strength, dex, and con saving throws. This is per remaining turn, and when the entity has 5 or more turns of reverberation, they take 1d4 thunder damage and must succeed a DC 10 con saving throw or fall prone. And how do you inflict a condition? The easiest way is through ability drain, a passive illicit power that reduces the target's ability by 1 when we hit an attack. However, as an ice sorcerer, you have many other ways to inflict conditions, for example through chilled, encrusted with ice, and frozen. More on that later. Zonk had an iron ring, which wasn't a problem since Shadowheart was well versed in backpack sorcery.
How would you feel about shopping that caustic band from Dareth?
I do get called a sugar mummy sometimes, so yeah, I guess I can do it for you.
I'm feeling the sugar mommy experience here. Zonk is well taken care of. All he has to do is leave his dogs out. That's a worthy price.
Heading to the Underdark Beach, we find a Dweger who was so impressed with the brand on our hand and shoe collection that he suggested we go on a relaxing cruise across the lake, taking us to Grimforge. In this area, Shadowcute and Misty stepped onto this ledge to grab the shardle to honor her lady and found the protective Sparks wall. I get a +1 bonus to spell save DC. Also get +1 AC and saving throws as long as I have lightning charges. Amidst all the exploring, the party reached level 4, allowing us to select a fate. We settled on ability score improvement to put 2 points into charisma for 19. Oh, Evelyn, that is an odd number. I know, sweetie, it is an odd number. That's intended for the time being. I bet you can even figure out why. Another spell in the Ice Sorcerer's repertoire is Fray, a spell gained at level 1. It is one of the most powerful spells in all of history and existence because it synergizes well with gravity. Once the enemies hit the ground, they're out cold. So I haven't killed anything in a hot minute and I really need violence to make me happy.
I like the sounds of that. That sounds like a good time.
This is so relaxing. Like sounds to fall asleep to.
Honestly, very gentle screams as they go down.
However, it wasn't all fun and games as Shadowcute made a mistake with a throw spell.
You attacked someone.
Gonna bitch you out here, so see ya.
All right. Ciao.
Abandoning our lovely companion had consequences,
Zonk is dead. He has succumbed to death.
but it's only 200 gold to avoid waiting in turn-based combat, so both Evelyn and Shadowcute consider that a win. How dare the Dwayga bring us into turn-based combat? Shadowheart came back to wreak her revenge. It turns out gnomes are also made of experience points. Taking a break from her war crimes, she found her way to Witkeen's Rest, where the Flaming Fist had trouble pushing through a door, but like anything in the world, they were no match for Shadowfaint. She ran to the top floor, freeing a very interesting lady whose first words were music to our ears.
Come!
Freeing this woman gave us a spell sparkler as a quest reward. Whenever we deal damage with a spell or cantrip, we gain 2 lightning charges. With each lightning charge, we gain a +1 to attack rolls and deal an additional 1 lightning damage. At 5 lightning charges, the next time we deal damage, we deal an additional 1d8 lightning damage. So I'm just gonna collect some butter buns for Shadowcute here. It was time for the doorway to face off against the first enemy with a legendary action.
Do you know what the shoe strat for Grim is?
Yes, sweetie, so we just stand up here and throw shoes at him. Grim himself is very vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, and throwing objects from such a great height does incredible damage to him. And incredible was the amount of objects thrown.
Better get to it.
With Grim down, the duo were very close to level 5, and with 1 more dice roll, oh my god, Shadowcute with the Riz.
Honestly fitting playing a charisma-based character as Shadowcute.
She reached level 5. Usually twin cast haste is really good, but foreshadowing is a literary device. Feeling the confidence with their level up, the pair decided to take on the leaders of the goblin camp. Minfara was up first after missing a hold person spell. Shadowheart drank a speed potion to miss another. Feeling disappointed in herself, she decided to run away, but iciest in the process for collecting on the way out. Leaving Zonk to fight Minfara, Shadowheart decided to go for a shoe-wearing monster who had a very interesting strategy. Oh my god, the Starians are looping me up. After the clowniest fight, it was finally over. Zonk was still fighting Minfara, so Shadowheart decided to eat a few space gummies at camp, the standard editions being Color Wing, which explodes enemies below a certain threshold. This being how many gummies with 8, an ability drain. Whenever we hit an attack roll, we inflict a condition on the enemy, making the Stormy Claymore boots synergize with our spells. Being a sorcerer was a hard life, so a long rest was needed. The crew shared some food before hitting the sank, but Shadowheart didn't forget about Astarion. Astarion's a little hungry here. A little bit of a sweet treat, you know? I'm just going on a little detour. Okay, I swear I don't have attention issues. Draw Ragslin, the final goblin leader, was next. Here's my strategy, right? I'm gonna twin cast this invis spell. And I'm gonna meet you in there, sweetie.
Okay, that's a really good strategy.
Here comes the big bomb. Holy shit. As long as I keep concentration, we're good.
Yeah, please don't lose concentration. Aww.
Okay, that was really red.
Oh, hell yeah. We're so back.
Oh my god. If getting downed wasn't enough, apparently, dancing is the new vicious mockery. Shadowcute, no, how could you? Given a second chance at draw Ragslin, Shadowcute tried hold person again and again. Okay, got it, Swain. This time, Shield saving her concentration, and the pair went to town.
That's a dead drawer Ragslin. God, hold person is so good.
Shadowcute is so talented.
Yeah.
It was time for a staff upgrade. Shadowheart attacked a petrified drow from the Selûnite outpost, triggering the spectator fight from the high ground for a tactical advantage. The pair worked well together, with Zonk throwing a battle of water on the spectator. I do like the synergy because instead of 8 damage, I can do 16 damage. I called it. 16 damage, I just knew it. Ironically, the petrified drow proved more of a spectacle than the spectator itself. Holy shit, what a game. Alright. But after all that's been said and done, we managed to grab the first part of the staff.
Somebody in my chat said, I think you can Misty Step past the door for the staff piece. I don't know how true that is, but we can give it a whirl if you want.
I, Evelyn Morgana, swear not to break another Larian game again. Never mind. After getting the second part of the staff, it was time to go for the final piece. To get the final piece, we had to face a drow named Gilroy. As laughable as Shadowcute's hit rate was, Gilroy took it a bit too far, making it a laughing matter. It was Shadowheart's turn, and she finally saved from the laughter. Are you serious? I didn't even get up.
You did not even finish the animation.
Shadowcute Misty stamped and went straight to finishing the drow, who was on 1 HP.
Wow.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner of shame here. Got my ice staff. That was a win. So I have to combine the 3 paths to get it. So I have the Morning Frost. When I deal cold damage, the wielder deals an additional 1 cold damage. Cold damage of a spell, it possibly inflicts chilled upon the target. Chilled is a condition where the affected entity is vulnerable to cold damage and resistant to fire damage. It's going to be a bit of anti-synergy, Valjoy.
I'm a big fan of anti-synergy.
Since we were on sort of a drow crusade, Nia was next. You know what they say, gamblers quit before they hit it big.
There you go. That's what you like to see. Man, hold person is so busted.
They do it on us, so we can do it on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the hag was next on the agenda. We only needed a feather fall and enhance lame to skip her traps.
Did I just land on you? Oh my god.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what? Zonk prepared to fight with a full cloud, and Shadowheart did a magic. So I'm just gonna stand in the fog here on the scene. Shadowcute ate a lot of damage. Okay, this is not good, and even got held. It was looking so bad that Evelyn decided to backseat. I don't want to backseat, but this is what I would do in your shoes.
Yeah, sure.
I'd throw a water bottle at Marina, invis pod, then just run into that room.
I like that idea. I swear to God, I clicked the cage.
You know, shit happens and it's part of the experience. Feeling defeated, the party went to flame. Our heroes desperately needed a win under their belt, so they took on a Sparta matriarch. The twin cast haste was used preemptively, and Shadowheart destroyed the web bridge under the spider. As cool as the opening round was, Shadowcute lived up to her reputation, with not 1, not 2, but 3 misses in a row. She redeemed herself by critting with a ray of frost, and the spider mama was dumb enough to go in another web, only to fall down and get burnt to a crisp by the fiery Zonk. The lanky Give Yankee were next, and we love a whole person gamble. Saf was the priority target, so Shadowcute relied on a whole person again.
Okay, that's what you like to see.
Letting Zonk bypass the ready to parry condition with his fireball, action surge, and another guaranteed crit fireball. The Give Yankee are not to be underestimated, as one misty step towards Shadowheart's position. With Shadowheart being restrained against her will, our trusty companion pulled out the biggest play, which seriously impressed me.
Put her to sleep. Use a speed potion. And then hit her and she dies.
Amazing. Shadowheart got bullied by the Give Yankee. I can't say she's fond of shock play or rough play, but my god did they focus her. The Weaver's tax was paid, some butter buns consumed, and it was time for another attempt. Shadowheart cast Hold Person. Ahem. It was pretty committal, as she used all her move speed to get to this Give Yankee.
Oh, the prayers did not work.
Shadowheart was the target of the enemy AI, as she had the lowest AC. However, whilst in her down state, Zonk mastered the art of the bonk. Have a good sleep, sweetie, and the crew headed off to do some hyena hunting for a potion recipe. Shadowheart must have come down sick with a cold, because she was definitely not well enough to hit the easiest rolls of her life. Did you seriously miss on a prone target? I'm just gonna spin this barrel for good luck, yeah. That's okay, the game seems to force a miss only 3 times in a row with her coding. Bruh. I have no words for this, alright? I'm just running. Bye. After fleeing the fine, Shadowcute tried a different strategy this time, with smoke powder bombs and a mage hand. What she didn't see coming was the intelligence of the gnolls, who exploded the bombs prematurely.
Oh man, that was...
Okay, I'm fucking running.
What a betrayal.
I've got a very good plan here, alright?
Okay, what's the plan?
Okay, since you're the firecaster, I need a firebolt from you.
Okay, where's the firebolt going?
Shadowcute went invisible, used a minor illusion, and somehow magically emptied her pockets from 4 smoke powder barrels before Zonk did the honors. But did you know Hold Person worked against Flint? With Flint down, the duo finally got what they came for. Hyena ears for some singing. Now for the uninitiated viewer on the Morgana Evelyn channel, the rat trading card obsession might be a strange quirk, but to Evelyn it is a matter of utmost importance. It's so important, in fact she will decimate an entire goblin camp, including anyone standing in her way like Aleum. Got a rat, I'm happy now. With a newfound collection of rats, adding to her spell's power. Shadow even surprised Matt and Evelyn. Shit, I actually did some damage.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage too.
That wasn't the only surprise, as throwing water on a chilled enemy makes them frozen and miss their turn. Now that is cold, and after hearing how bad that pun was, the crew decided to leave the area for the mountain pass. But on the way, Shadowheart rocked some goblins. Okay, I swear, there's no more puns. You can unsubscribe if you hear another one. Heading towards a mountain pass, Raphael decided to show up at camp, but Shadowheart wasn't very fond of him.
Well met. I am Raphael.
Okay, he do be kinda polite, but I'm still taking the free food, bestie. Reaching the mountain pass, the first thing on our minds was some retail therapy. Winter's clutches. When the wearer deals cold damage, inflict 2 turns of encrusted with frost upon the targets. Encrusted with frost, when there are 7 or more turns remaining, the entity must succeed a saving throw or take 1 to 4 cold damage and become frozen. On the way to the monastery, the pair bonded with some pretty deep conversations.
We're having a real Withers conversation right here.
The only soul I care about are souls of Shadowpaint. Zonk and Shadowcute were very close to level 6, a breakpoint level for both characters, so they decided to take on the kobolds, which were worth a whopping 75 XP each. Too bad Shadowcute underestimated their numbers. Zonk finished the job and a level up was obtained, but upon resuscitation, Shadow was a bit frozen herself and couldn't move.
Do you want me to kill you?
Just in me, sweetie.
Oh god, that's a brutal death.
Distractions assigned. Level 6 is a huge power boost for Shadowcute, as draconic sorcerers get elemental affinity. This adds our charisma modifier to our cold damage. In our case, it's currently +4 with a charisma score of 19. Shadowheart makes her entrance and starts off with some light bondage, which the Githyanki doesn't seem to mind. No, seriously, they didn't even mind at all. Entering the Inquisitor's room, Shadowheart found a beautiful amulet inside of the display case. The necklace of elemental augmentation. When one of your cantrips deal cold damage, we add our spellcasting modifier to the damage dealt. Currently, we have a +4 from elemental affinity and a +4 from this necklace on top of our cold spells. However, that's not the only magic trick Shadowheart can do, as she pulled out the artifact from her ass and disappeared inside of that prism. Hey, at least we got blessed for our troubles. Knowing that the Githyanki aren't up to any good, Shadowcute preemptively twincast haste yet again and entered turn-based mode, using that opportunity to throw a bottle of water on the Inquisitor. Shadowheart opened with a 13, miss, and a 48, proving that level 6 and the amulet did spike our effectiveness. However, as nice as our damage was, taking any damage could break Shadowcute's concentration and end the haste, causing us both to go lethargic and be at the mercy of the Githyanki. Shadowheart cast a Ray of Frost and risked getting hit, just to roll her next attack without disadvantage. She needed all the hit rate she can muster for the Inquisitor.
I'm glad
glad you came to your senses.
On the way out of the crash, Evelyn experimented with a stealth sorcerer idea and was back to settle the score with a certain auntie. She enlisted the help of a mage hand to free up an action to throw a water. Her first ray of frost did 42 damage, and after she was done with her turn, she took cover in Song's darkness arrow, providing safety from the illusions. Fortunately, Shadowcute had been busy purchasing alchemist fires during her adventures, which she was more than happy to pass to our resident firecaster to get rid of the illusions. On her next turn, she hit a 30 and a 41, sending the hag falling flat on the ice. The threshold for Ethel's surrender is 30 HP, so Sonk did a little gentle bonk and the hag hair was acquired. My charisma's 20, I get a +5 onto my rolls. It was time to head towards Act 2 of the game, but is there any better way to end the act than a display of an ice storm exploiting your enemies? Your companion melting the ice you just created, and for you to freeze the water surface again. It was a super cool interaction. Sorry, the pun was seriously not intended. The Shadowcute lands is a death sentence without a moon lantern, so Shadowheart decided to explore the darkness without one. Although truth be told, she wasn't completely helpless, as she downed a strength elixir, got boosted by enhanced flame, and used Featherfall. Then it was just a race against the Shadowcurse to get to Moonrise. When she reached the Toll House, the greater Shadowcurse took effect, ticking her for necrotic damage. To give her more reaction time, she entered turn-based mode, where she leapt a great distance and dashed the rest of her movement on her turn. Another turn was all that was needed to reach Moonrise. What's a girl without a jewelry run? Shadowcute picked up the best ring in the game, the risky ring. So I get advantage on attack rolls, but receive disadvantage on saving throws, but who cares? And our initiative was lacking. To solve that, she also picked up the Sentinel Shield. The Sentinel Shield gives a +3 to initiative rolls. These items are nice and all, but really, it's time for one of the strongest pieces for our build. In order to obtain this key item, we first had to do a little bit of a prison break. Have you ever wondered what it was like to play with Evelyn?
What I usually try and do is I'll usually just enter turn-based mode, like honestly right here when these two scrying eyes are like stacked on top of each other and nobody else is looking at them, and I'll usually try and just insta-gib them all at once with like a thunder wave or something. But that works too, yeah.
We took advantage of the guard's boredom and distracted him with some pussy, ending up in his downfall.
Happens to the best of us, honestly.
Only the prison warden remained on duty, so to deal with her, we employed the icy cold technique of kidnapping. With the guards out of the way, the duo faced another puzzle, breaking apart the walls.
Immune to cold damage. Uh-oh. Let me at this thing. Let me at this. That's the wrong weapon.
They eventually figured it out. Taking the boat, they arrived at Last Light Inn, meeting a lovely druid. I don't know, I'm just looking at her and thinking, God, I wish she could strangle me with vines or something. Anyways, we reunited Lacrissa with Alfira,
We're two tiefling queens, remember?
who rewarded us with the best clothing for our ice-cold sorcerer build, the potent robe. Our cantrips deal additional damage equal to our charisma modifier. At the start of each turn, we also gain temporary HP equal to this modifier. Also, +1 AC do be nice. With our ancestry, necklace, and robe, we dip our charisma modifier 3 times for an extra 15 damage with our Ray of Frost cantrip, combined with twin casting, which targets 2 enemies, and quickened, which allows us to cast as a bonus action. We can seriously lay down some damage in fight. With our newly acquired Drem, Shadowheart decided to put on her shadow ears, starting off with harness for a free moon lantern. Then it was off to visit the form siblings. Now I find it pretty boring just doing a dice roll to kill a big boss, so it's the tried and true method of a pussy distraction, followed up by the greatest sorcery of all, gravity. Dealing 519 bludgeoning damage. You got 10 to go on. Oh my god.
Oh, I did.
Whoopsies aside, Shadowheart wanted to try out the damage with her newly acquired gear, dealing a 50 and a 54. Not bad indeed. Reaching level 7, we have access to another spell, Ice Storm, a big AoE that will help us control crowds in the upcoming battles. Fizzbolt was next. The first roll was an easy success, but then it happened. As a streamer, you often get interesting things thrown at you, but this one caught me off guard.
I wanna edge bulge zonk jelk wonk from Black Splooge and Blight on Shadowfeet.
Sweetie, thank you so much for the super. Also, bestie, what the regardless, nothing is a match for Shadowriz, as Fizzbolt busted all over the place and game ended himself, leaving just one more form to deal with, the Doctor. But first things first, we had to convince the nurse that let us in. Fortunately, Shadowheart gave off a sick performance.
Oh!
With a +8 and advantage, I don't think this doctor is safe from the shadow res. Yeah, no, see you, bestie. With the forms out of the way, the pair decided to do some fishing to relax, and it was very therapeutic.
This is a fun time. This is a bonding experience right here.
Returning to Moonrise, we opened a door to Balthazar's room, went inside and interacted with the top right bookshelf. Next, we grab a heart off the table, inserting it into this pedestal, unlocking a secret room. In the room was a chest that Shadowheart opened very carefully because it contained the Cold Brim hat. Cold Brim chill once per turn. Any condition inflicted on a target also applies 2 turns of Encrusted with Frost. Encrusted with Frost is a condition where the entity has disadvantage on dex saving throws. When there are 7 or more turns remaining, the entity must succeed a con saving throw or take 1 to 4 cold damage and become frozen. Even if they save, they still take half damage. With a newly quite cool hand, the pair massacred Moonrise from top to bottom, reaching level 8 in the process. This is where Shadowcute picks up the dual wielder feat, allowing her to use both the Morning Frost and Mel's first staff, +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. While we're on the topic of gear, in the northwest corner of Last Light Inn, if you pass the perception tank, you'll find a loose plank next to the bed. In this hidden plank is the snowburst ring. When the wearer does cold damage, they also create a 4.5 meter circle of ice around the target. Whilst we were still at Last Line, we chatted to Isabel, a devoted moon maiden, but my interest was in a different type of man, so we left the cutscene, only to find the photo markers didn't trigger at all. Yeah, don't get the go of that. There was a big fight ahead, so Shadowcute prepared with some infinite sorcery point shenanigans. Let me know in the comments if you want a video on how to do it. I think it's a bit too complex to explain for the time being. The Shambling Mound, a tough, dangerous enemy with many resistances and scary damage. An honor mode wiper for sure. Can you see this turn order? Let me show you what Ice Storm can do. The Shambling Mound is very resistant to cold damage, so Zonk, our lovely pal, threw a water bottle, using it to get rid of that resistance, and with their teamwork, the Shambling Mound was demolished. There wasn't much left standing in the way of Act 2, so our heroes went inside the Gauntlet of Shah. Shadowheart might have had her memories wiped, but she still remembered the path to open the temple door at least. The duo took the side path, where Shadowheart decided to become a stealth sorcerer, freezing the cloaker from a distance and avoiding turn-based combat, because waiting for a turn is not cool. After bombing and freezing some rats for a growing collection, Shadowcute ignored the lever next to the door. Kinho has a cold statement and preemptively cast haste for the upcoming battle. With twin cast and haste, she fired off 4 rays of frost, denying any attempt of reinforcements for the encounter. It was time to take on Balthazar. I do respect him a bit in honor mode because he can one-shot my glass cannon characters. As a precaution, Zonk bought a speed potion from him, denying him the chance to use it himself. I'm just gonna throw water on the ground here. 52 to open with.
That's really good.
Shadowheart missed the next ray of frost, but made up for it with a massive 65 damage roll, annihilating Balthazar and giving her a well-deserved lie down for her contributions. After cleaning up the rest, the crew took, well, a long rest. One of the hardest fights in Act 2 was coming up, so Shadowheart did some prep. She upcasted Armor of Agathis, did some sorcery point manipulation, twin cast haste, and Zonk was kind enough to throw an invis potion at us. Shadowcute ran in right next to Yu-Gi-Oh, opening with a ray of frost, sending him prone and surprising all of the Merigans. The yogurt man has a learn. This means he doesn't get surprised and he gets a first turn, throwing a cluster of bombs on Shadowheart. On her turn, she used ray of frost, critting for only 13 damage. Whoopsie, should have used some water here. It took another one before Evelyn realized he might have to wet him for me, sweetie.
They got me wet too, which I think is a good thing.
It was also here that Evelyn realized she had forgotten to use the Shade Clinger buff. The buff used to counter and offset the disadvantage on saving throws imposed by the risky ring. Uh-oh, this is a whoopsie. If she loses concentration, the duo will become lethargic and lose their turn plus their 2 AC, which spells disaster. On Yu-Gi's next turn, he hunted Shadowheart, and on Shadowheart's turn, she attacked him, triggering his legendary reaction, which totally missed her, by the way. Now, this broke her concentration, disabling the duo. The Merigans started throwing the bombs on the ground directly at Shadowheart. No, shit, this is fucked, honestly.
A little help, please.
I hope you can survive, Ariane. I'm praying for you.
Yeah, me too.
With Shadowcute down, Zonk had to survive this many turns. Possibly could rerun here, sweetie.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It was Yugi's turn, and he marked Zonk and went invisible. Okay, that's good. He didn't attack. You just have to survive this wave. Oh my god.
Fuck.
And that's a story of how I got humbled in honor mode. But that's not the end of the story. Let's break down what happened at our wipe. Shadowheart was hunted. Yuki's legendary action completely missed, but somehow broke her concentration on haste, leading to our downfall, which seems a bit scuffed if you ask me. It was certainly demoralizing, but that can't be the end. The joy had to start anew, and they were burning for revenge. The heroes of our journey being Shadowheart, our iciest sorceress, and Zonkina, our fiery druid fighter pal, played by the Truant. So you're going to hear his lovely voice throughout the video. With the introductions out of the way, this is a guide on how to get the potent robe, the most powerful spellcaster clothing in under an hour. Let's get into it. First, the grow find. You can absolutely do it if you want to, but it takes about 10 minutes and gives less than 100 XP. It's not really efficient, so for that reason I won't be doing it. Instead, I have a potion of flying from the DLC camp chest, and I'm going to use it to go over the wall. The Blighted Village, Goblin Checkpoint, and Shattered Sanctum can be skipped by using a Drow disguise, netting you quite a bit of experience without any risk. Our next task is to take out the free leaders, Priestess Gunt, Evelyn, and Minfara. The footage you see in this video is from a level 3 sorcerer. First up is Priestess Gunt. An easy way to deal with her is to get her in conversation and get her to move to a private location. From here, agree to drink the potion. Note that this won't work if you're an elf or a half elf, because she's going to give you the EP juice. You'll awaken Chained Arm, and this is where Karilla will take care of Gunt for you. That's the first leader down. I suggest taking out Minfara next and using a minor illusion. I reposition her on this floating bridge. Once I'm happy with where she is, I enable turn-based mode to give me the reaction time to take out the weak wooden support.
Someone else.
Before dealing with the final leader, I make a pit stop in this corner room to collect as many smoke powder barrels as possible. I did engage in dialogue when getting close to Evelyn. Whatever you do, do not let him know you killed the mind player. Now, having access to the room, I dropped 5 smoke powder barrels, followed up by a minor illusion to get everyone into position for a very satisfying explosion. Moving on to the main pass, all we need here is a potion of invisibility, so it can walk a single character past all these undead boys and into Act 2. The Shadowcute lands is a death sentence without a moon lantern, so Shadowheart decided to explore the darkness without one, although truth be told, she wasn't completely helpless, as she downed a strength elixir, got boosted by enhanced flame, and used Featherfall. When she reached the toll house, the greater Shadowcute took effect, ticking her for necrotic damage. To give her more reaction time, she entered turn-based mode, where she leapt a great distance and dashed the rest of her movement on her turn. Another turn was all that was needed to reach Moonrose. Next up is the prison break. We need to get rid of the guards to save the prisoners. I highly recommend a strength elixir to help with our shove and throw rolls. The scrying eyes are very light and can be easily thrown into the abyss. For the Acolyte, find a position where the cursor says death. For the Paladin at the end, a minor illusion makes him walk closer to the edge, setting up for an easy shove. Same trick for the Warden, get her on the bridge for an easy shove. After dealing with all the prison guards, hit her in the back of the prison to break both walls. The gnomes and tieflings will run towards the boat and break the chains. Once the boat's free, you can choose to go back to Last Light with them if you want. Head inside Last Light Inn, where you'll find Lacrissa reunited with Alfira. And congratulations, you are rewarded with the most powerful cantrip casting robe in the game, the Potent Robe. Our cantrips deal additional damage equal to our charisma modifier. At the start of each turn, we also gain temporary HP equal to this modifier. Also, +1 AC do be nice. While still in Act 2, we recollected the gear detailed in the previous video and then returned to Act 1. The intention was to grind our way back to where we were before the wine, but with a massive head start to make things easier. Remember Filro from the last run? Shadowheart had the last laugh this time, especially with a 99% hit rate with advantage. The enemies that gave us trouble the first time really didn't stand a chance. Lend was floored by the damage. And even the hag got slapped around.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, just a cheeky slam. Ethel fell, and so did the rest of Act 1.
Oh my god.
Nice, we one turned him, that's massive. In Act 2, the pair went so lucky Fizzlebolt this time. As Shadowcute didn't quite get the dice wrong, the backup plan was to run outside, past this fallen tree where Fizzlebolt is known to get stuck.
Oh god.
Well, that was the plan at least. Shadow Sorcerer cast Ice Storm, engulfing the battlefield of ice and exploding her enemies. With the combined power of fire and ice, the pair took out Karnas, with Fizzlebolt falling shortly after. The pair felt unstoppable. In fact, they even disrespected a devil. Taking a little break from the experienced grind, Shadowcute took Zonkina to a favourite fishing spot. This is honestly so relaxing and therapeutic.
Just a fun little shooting gallery.
The pair made their way to the Gauntlet of Shard, and Shadowheart went hard with a Ray of Frost machine gun. Before the duo could have their revenge, they needed to rest, and you can't get a bit hungry. Okay, thank you for the roasted rat.
Yeah, I figured it would help them, I don't know, taste better. Is that what you're doing with them?
It all led up to this moment. Revenge on Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadowheart drank an elixir of vigilance, giving her a boost in initiative for the fight ahead. They decided to take care of the displacer beast, as it was separated from the main group. Ready to move on, she prepped with an armor of Agathis and created many sorcery points and spell slots before chugging a potion of angelic reprieve. Shadowcute's just having a little APM, creating even more spell slots to convert into sorcery points. Yep, sorcerer life. Zonkina threw a speed potion at Shadowcute, and she twin cast an invis scroll, then did a whoopsie, moving a water bottle, and got pulled into the initiative, opening with a 33 Ray of Frost, 35 and a hard-coded miss. Yu-Gi-Oh! Retaliated with a cluster of bombs, knocking Shadowcute off a feint, and then he hunted her, which kinda sucks. Okay, so this is pretty bad. The Weaver's tax was paid and we're prepared for another attempt, this time twin casting protection from good and evil. She then had trouble trying to jump across this gap with her 8 strength. It was a little bit embarrassing, but we needed some Zonkina with her in-hand sleep to jump across. The Yogurt Man and his gang were all bunched up, and who could resist the temptation for the juiciest ice storm? Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again hunted Shadowheart, but Zonkina threw a water bottle at him and cast Forklet in an attempt to disable his legendary reaction. Shadowheart used another Ice Storm, quickened, and used another, rocking Bloodlust from her kills to twin cast Ray of Frost for her final action, freezing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the process. She could taste the revenge. Shadowcute twins her Ray of Frost again and again.
No.
It's always the kill shot. It's the money shot that misses.
Yeah, seriously.
Shadowheart got her icy, cold revenge. Before continuing to the Shadowfell, the pair decided to blow off some steam at Moonrise. And by steam, I meant, smoke powder. Shadowheart and Zonkina gathered the crowd with a display of their minor illusions. Do you want the honors, sweetie, since you're the fire-based one?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, thank you very much.
That was honestly so therapeutic.
That was pretty nice. I liked that.
With Moonrise cleared, Zonkina and Shadowcute decided to relax in front of the fireplace. Hang on, there's an ogre annoying. Nice and cozy. Let's play a game. Guess how many spell slots I have in the comments, and the correct answers get my feet pictures. Disclaimer, that was a joke. 70 spell slots. Holy shit.
That's pretty good. It's not 69, unfortunately.
Before taking on the big bad of Act 2, it was time to offer a prayer to the Dark Lady. Shadowheart gets advantage for being God's favorite princess, which makes the DC a lot easier to beat. We received the Night Singer's favor, granting resistance to necrotic damage until the next long rest. What to do with the Night Song was a big decision. What hair color would suit the robe and Ice Sorcerer vibe more?
Ungrateful child, you could have wielded my spear, carried my voice. Instead, You are nothing, and I will leave you with nothing.
It was really hard to see Shadowheart in pain. I hate you, Shah. How dare you hurt my poor girl like that? Okay, let's close out Act 2. Starting with the first fight against Kepring, the pre-fight prem was a fly potion and a speed potion, giving the pair enough mobility to reach him on the first turn. A water bottle was thrown. Then there was Shadowcute doing the shadow mess, twice. It's okay, we did a third ray of frost, this time actually hitting and doing 48 damage. And we did a fourth one on our turn for the same amount before getting out of reach from Kepring.
You can fly up there? No way.
That's right. I'm pretty smart, right?
Wow, I want to hang out up there.
Okay, that was kind of weird. Shadowheart just phased through the floor and fell. But that's okay, I'd fall for her any day. In the Elifid colony, Shadowheart did the merciful thing and freed the pod dwellers from breathing in their own scent all the time.
God, that's so much free XP. 1,000?
Alright mate, just check out me sorcery points, yeah? That just reset all my effort.
Wait, it reset you? Oh no.
It fucking literally reset me. It was time to face the big bad of Act 2. It is a scary fight not to be taken lightly. Evelyn needed some help. I'm consulting this holy rant for guidance.
Hey, you do whatever helps.
What do you suggest, oh holy rant?
Summon your ice and fire elemental. Cast protection from good and evil, along with Mage Hand. Gain the ability to fly and be invisible.
Shadowheart initiated on the Mind Flayer, triggering a surprise round. Kefrik was no match for the sweet, charismatic words of Shadowcute, taking us to the Merkle phase, still in the surprise round. The water summon was, useless, and the Mage Hand threw a bottle of water onto the big evil bad. Shadowheart cast Ray of Frost, and Merkle retaliated with Gaze at the Dead. Protection from good and evil was key here, making us immune to frightened, and the necrotic resistance reduced the damage to only 8. Zonkina fired a darkness arrow, blinding Merkle. Time for her to be absolutely fucking useless.
As she always is. Oh, she did 8 damage. Let's go.
There wasn't much else to commentate about this fight. It was just Ray of Frost, summons being completely useless. Even Zonkina's handler was coping hard, summoning a flaming sphere.
This bad boy has necrotic immunity. So I am convinced that this is the secret to destroying this Merkle fight.
The ice machine kept churning. Then it happened. The summon managed to hit something. My god,
Hey,
what a fucking slapper of a hit. Even the flaming sphere managed to hit Merkle once. Okay, nice, it did 1 damage, but nothing was a match for Shadowcute's ice machine gun. Evelyn finally got her revenge and was on full display.
Relax, lady.
I don't know, I'm kind of getting turned on by it.
I love me a woman who looks like they would just straight up murder me.
The fight wouldn't be possible without our trusty summon, so a little appreciation was in order.
No, water elemental. Oh, are you gonna shoot my rock? No, get away.
After reuniting Evelyn and Isabel, Act 2 was pretty much a wrap. Sensing that there would be an ambush en route, Shadowcute and Zonkina took the side path, sneaking up on the bridge. With a high spell save DC, there was nothing a little bondage and frisk play couldn't solve. Before leaving the act, Shadowheart had to do something. We reached level 9. It was a hard decision between Kona Cold or Hold Monster, but since this run was ice-beamed, it had to be in brand. We found Evelyn at camp, who told us a bit more about Shadowheart's heritage, a lonely girl left out in the woods. As part of a Selûnite rite, abducted and indoctrinated by Sharon followers. The parents she believed to be dead were still alive and out there somewhere. Shah can be so cruel. Embracing Selûne, we reflected that with a more fitting hairstyle, and the fit goes hard.
That's the cold sorcerer if I've ever seen one.
Holy shit, Shadowheart is actually so fucking hot. The shadow simping was rudely interrupted by some Githyanki. Not wasting any time, Shadowheart missed his stem and dashed straight for the portal, ignoring the Githyanki and ending up in the astral prism itself. This was a great opportunity to test out her new Kona Cold spell.
Ooh, very... Oh, no.
Being prone, we were at the mercy of the Githyanki monks. actually getting fucking fisted in. Shadowheart countered with a double hold person, allowing Zonkina to bonk one. However, good things come to an end, as she ended up being restrained herself. But this was a joy run, and Zonkina had her back, which really saved us because the monks are really hurt. Bestie, fucking just monk things, right? She tried throwing a Give Yankee into the hole, but failing that, she noped out of their invisibility. Her turn came up again, so she missed this stem and kidnapped a monk closer to the edge. It's okay, I'm a gamer, I don't need any HP.
Yeah, you got this.
It's gotta be pixel perfect. Really? That was a fucking 80%. She tried telekinesis.
I don't think the game wants this guy going off the edge.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking rage haste here. Actually, no, I'm just gonna quicken with a scroll. Okay, it's been nice knowing you, everyone. Fuck you, piece of shit. It only took me 7 tries. Feeling pretty grossed out that we had to save the Emperor, Shadowheart took time out to cleanse herself in the countryside. I might just go for a little cheeky bath here, okay?
Yeah, I'll look away. Oh my god. I guess Shadowheart can't swim.
Rivington was a sweet breath of fresh air, especially after the oppressive gloom of the Shadowcurse lands, and Shadowcute took the opportunity for some target practice. Wait, they ran right in front of it.
Oh god, you shot the guards. No! No!
As chaotic and unpredictable as playing with me was turning out to be, our partner was still willing to express kindness regardless of our choices.
I got you a little Canada Day present, eh?
Since we are playing Shadowhunt, we cannot purchase a certain longbow from this particular Sharon trader. We received the Hellrider longbow, which we'll use to give us a passive +3 to initiative, which is greatly needed because we don't have the alert feat. Shadowcute enjoyed a very lovely time in town, visiting the circus and browsing the merchants.
What's about to happen here?
Having a penchant for collecting exotic wildlife, she found a rare one of her kind, an albino rat in the basement of Chares's caress. To preserve the creature's condition, she invited Odolic's portable phrasing sphere, which she placed next to the rat, waiting patiently for her scroll to work its magic. After collecting this rat, she went and found herself at the lower city of Baldur's Gate, first stopping at the Devil's Swing. Halsik will offer you a bigger selection. That's if you notice that she is a diabolist. The item we're interested in here is a Cloak of the Weave. You gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC and attack rolls, boosting the effectiveness of our hold spells, but most importantly, the effectiveness of hold person and hold monster. She pushed the limit of our credit card at sorcerer's sundries, the most notable item being the Birthright, adding 2 points to charisma for a maximum of 22, adding another +1 to our attack rolls and damage, which will be triple dipped soon. How do you ask? While still at Sorcerer's Sundries, we took a portal to the tower. Using sea invisibility and pressing the Northern Weave button, we find a staff protected by an arcane barrier. The lever is normally invisible, but with sea invisibility, they can attempt a DC 20 Arcana check. To help with this roll, we use the Headband of Intellect, which sets intelligence to 17, and enhance ability, giving her advantage. Failing this roll will result in receiving it disintegrate to the face, so Shadowcute used inspiration, eventually getting it on her 3rd roll. Unlocking the best staff for our build, Marco Heshkian. Arcane Enchantment adds a +1 to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Arcane Battering allows us to cast a spell without using a spell slot once per long rest, and Kareshka's Favor is a staff ability that allows us to cast Frost of Dark Winter, granting resistance to cold damage and also allowing our cold spells to deal additional damage equal to our proficiency bonus. With the Amulet, Draconic Ancestry, and this staff, we can triple dip our Charisma modifier. At 22 Charisma, that is 18 damage. Also, with Marco Heshkan, whenever we deal spell damage, we inflict 2 turns of Encrusted with Frost upon the target. And finally, it gives us a free cast of Cone of Cold and Ice Storm once per short rest, a really awesome staff. The Sorcerer's Vault was the next point of interest, where Shadowheart broke a display case containing the Artistry of War scroll, a bit of insurance for the run, but more on that later, because whilst on the topic of breaking into things, she visited the counting house. Not wanting to pay the fee, she envisaged the 2 of them, waltzing past the guards and jumping past the pressure plates. Hey, it's been a while, I forgot. Speaking of forgetting, is it strange that I retain absolutely useless information, like this door code from several months ago, but forget actual important information? The code is 1356, by the way. It was time to test out the power of our newly acquired gear. fight went on like the usual, but with a little bit of a twist at the end.
Your violence hasn't
it's
gone
so crunchy.
unnoticed.
Just because you slipped over, don't fucking blame me.
No, wait.
With the guards out of the way, it was time for the grand heist, a DC 30 vault, which Shadowhunt miraculously rolled a nat 20 on a very first go. What the hell? In this vault is a Spell Savant Amulet. This amulet grants an additional level 2 spell slot, which might not seem like much, but by unequipping it and re-equipping it, we can regain this again and again. How do you gain infinite sorcery points and spell slots? Here I'm going to use create sorcery points to convert all my level 2 spell slots into more sorcery points, then into spell slots, then into sorcery points. Once I'm happy, I chug an angelic reprieve, waking up with a lot more spell slots to work with. Repeat this process until you're satisfied. A new day began. Actually, can we do something?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Surprisingly, no one cared, which fair enough, they were loud and annoying, but at least now Shadowhunt could go shopping for scrolls in peace.
Why are they mad at me? I didn't do anything. I was an innocent bystander.
The guards were waiting inside to arrest Shadowhunt, but her good friend Zonkina alerted her, and the pair were able to take him out with chilling efficiency. There we go, baby. Wanting to lay low for a little bit, the duo headed towards the Guildhall, visiting the bar where they met Severn. And trust me, this bugbear had the good stuff in the form of Terrazol, saving her level up for this very occasion. At level 10, we picked Hold Monster and the Meta Magic Heightened spell, giving our enemies disadvantage on their saving throw against our spells. This refreshed Severn's inventory, netting the pair another 3 Terrazol pouches. Eager to have a hit of the good stuff, they headed towards the basement of Elfsong, where Shadowhunt proceeded to make ice cubes out of rands. And she picked each one up because each run would empower her frost magic.
Yeah, good God, that is quite the collection.
There was another Githyanki patrol ahead, and this was the perfect time to test out their newly acquired substance. Terrazol is absolutely bustin'. With a bonus action, Shadowhunt took its speed potion, increasing her actions to 2. Bloodlust activates on the kill, making it easy to increase this to 3 action points. Terrazol does not cost any actions or bonus action at all to use, giving us essentially a free action point. Check this out, 4 action points.
You know what? I'll use some Terrazol too. Why not? Yeah, that feels pretty good. I like that.
And the gift were no match for 2 friends high on Terrazol.
Disclaimer, there are side effects that may affect your health and might result in injury, or perhaps even an honor mode wipe. You get the Terrazol Jitters condition after 2 rounds, essentially making you skip your turn. Make sure if used with a potion of speed to time it at 2 rounds, otherwise you might be skipping 2 turns in a row.
Next on the agenda was facing Oren for the Neverstone. But to get to her, Shadowhunt had to perform a few cold-blooded murders. Starting with Cora at the Wand Festival, she got iced with the dry 5 from Shadowcute. Old Maid approached and was on to the next victim. Unfortunately, this attempt was not as cool or calculated, but we obtained Nesh's hand.
What? They saw me? Careful, they're mad at me. I could just run away from here if you don't want to fight these guys. I mean, sorry, I forgot who I was talking to. Good lord.
With the victim's hand as proof, Old Maid approached us again and gave us the passphrase to a secret door. However, Shadowhunt was more concerned about the ceiling for some reason. Okay, so what is up there? Yep, happens to the best of us. The pair were treated to a special dance on Ice Show. And it was time to chat to Zeravon, who was a very lovely host, treating Zonkina to a relaxing bath where she became an unholy assassin and gave her his amulet as a parting gift. Anyways, we go inside this manhole again to open a big stone door, and invisibility helps us skim past the ballast ambush. Shadowcute felt a little apprehensive, opening the door to Oren's temple. It's okay, let's guide God's favorite princess through the method. The Oren strategy is as follows. Summon a mage hand, then select on the mage hand. Using the inventory menu of the mage hand selected, we're going to drink a cloud giant elixir, boosting the hand strength to 27. Invis this bad boy and fly it down next to Oren. Using the free action, find an area of the arena that specifies depth and yeet that lady for a free Neverstone. This mage hand was an absolute menace, shoving another soul into the abyss, but his legacy was short-lived. No, it's been a good ride, bestie. Shadowcute and Zonkina avenged the mage hand with a freezing spear and a wall of fire. With the last ballast down, the pair managed to save Yenna, but she was a heavy sleeper who didn't want to wake up, so they kept on going. Eager to empower her ice sorcery more, Shadowheart found a very large swarm of rats, and after putting them in a chirogenic stain, she took her rodent friends with her. Reaching level 11, Shadowcute gains the ability to fly as a draconic sorcerer, and our spell choice was telekinesis. A pretty slept-on spell, honestly.
Send it into the abyss. Oh, you got it. That's one way to deal with the Steel Watchers, I guess.
The Steel Watchers were guarding a cargo shipment filled with space gummies, which in turn filled up all the slots in Shadowcute's brain. It was time for a little trim to the Steel Watch Foundry. For fuck's sake, this always fucking happens. The Steel Watch wasn't happy to see us, so Shadowheart started things off with not one, but 2 freezing spheres, blowing up the majority of the turn order. However, this Hellfire Watcher is actually a gamer and pulled Shadowheart into the line of sight of more enemies.
Wow, that's crazy. It pulled everybody else into initiative. That was a gigabrain move.
Exploiting Evelyn's weakness in BG3's. As you can see from the on-screen footage, Shadowheart's human handler is vulnerable to waiting for her turn. Shadowcute flew up and positioned on the pipes, giving her a bird's eye view of the battle, where she proceeded to blow up most of the enemies. Not learning from her first time, the Hellfire Watcher grabbed her again.
Oh, here she goes.
Holy shit, that hurt.
From the ground, Shadowheart took a phantasmal killer and even face-tanked a robot explosion. Wait, how did I fucking survive that? Never mind, I spoke too soon. Zonkina got Shadowcute up with some potions, and eventually the enemies all exploded. Only post-battle did Evelyn realize her rookie mistake. Wait, I didn't even cast my fucking Maka Heshkuba. We finally arrived at the Steel Watcher Titan's room. Okay, what's the strat here?
I was just gonna get as close as I can to one of these watchers and then try and sprint at it real fast and punch it a bunch.
Now we can get closer and run and punch.
You're so right.
Shadowheart opened up with a twin Hod monster and fell back on invisibility to reposition and maintain her concentration, leaving Zonkina to whack the Watcher out of the turn order. On Shadowheart's next turn, she damaged one enough to blow it up as well. The last one got the Zonkina treatment again. Let's give Heightened Spell a test run. Okay, Hold Monster is a 90% here, and with Heightened Spell, it is 95%. Keep in mind, the Steel Watcher Titan has legendary resistance, giving it a +10 to its saving throw. The Hold Monster spell landed, giving our companion crits for days on the Steel Watcher Titan, even ignoring its defensive phase. With the Titan down, Shadowcute approached the console. Just press a button and Lucy on her own.
One of us leaves the building, and one of us stays behind.
Okay, I mean, that sounds sensible. Shadowheart volunteered to go outside, enjoying the local wildlife and a nice peaceful walk on the docks.
You've been caught.
Meanwhile, Zonkina finally figured out how to blow up the foundry. Shadowheart might have been in the cutscene, but in reality, she was dealing with some alerted guards. They tried to apprehend her, and she made an example out of them by using an ice wall. I do like this sculpture, it's kind of beautiful.
This actually feels like a war crime right here.
Feeling tired after the long day, the pair rested, and before embarking on the most important quest for Shadowheart, we needed to manage our inventory. Baldur's Gate 3 is a game that promotes player agency. What is player agency? Player agency is when the developer gives the player freedom to play and enjoy the game however they want. I think it's finally time to take on Shadowheart's personal quest to find her parents. This led us to the House of Grave, where Shadowheart sat down to do the heart mapping. She turned around and saw Viconia, the person who abducted her while she was younger and took her parents.
This is your family. And now you have turned your back on it.
You knew it would come to this, yet still your heart races. Viconia de Veer, your mentor, one-time mother figure. And now, your foe.
Fucking gone, okay. This is justice for Shadowcute.
I'm kind of worried about what's gonna happen here. Oh my god.
Finish it. Send me to Lady Shah's embrace.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Sweetie, I don't think we're done with Viconia just yet. Shadowheart found her parents, and sharpening the spiteful monster she is, she used the wound on her hand to inflict even more physical pain. A difficult decision awaited: save her parents or free herself from the curse. Shadowheart put her life a shard behind her, using the power of Salune to break her parents' bindings and reunite with them at last. Continuing their adventure, the two sought out the last Neverstone, so they snuck into Gortash's office to acquire it. With an invis potion ready, Shadowheart had the opening move with an upcast hold person. Unfortunately, Lord Enver Gortash succeeded his saving throw. Shadowcute was destructive, destroying all the contraptions with her ice, while Zonkina dealt with the guards. Gordy blinded the doorway, but Shadowcute got right up close and fired both barrels of her ice shotgun. She was out for blood and threw all caution to the wind.
Oh, God.
However, all the blasting made her tired.
Why, sweetie, I'm just having a bit of a lie down.
Yep, the terracial jitters and haste lethargy were about to make her miss her next two turns. Without his legendary resistance, the handsome young man could no longer resist being held, and Shadowcute dealt her punishment. Before leaving Worm's Crossing, Lucretius was kind enough to leave her gloves unattended. The Spellmite gloves deal an additional 1d8 damage at the cost of -5 to our attack rolls. With Twinned, Quickened, and all our Charisma modifier gear, 1d8 starts adding up real quick, and the -5 is offset. Our Wintry Sorcerer reached level 12, picking Elemental Adept as a feat. Our spells and attacks ignore resistance to a damage type of our choice, obviously picking Cold Resistance, and when we deal damage with our Cold spells, we cannot roll a 1. Returning to the lower setting, it was time to tick off some bosses. First on the list was Cazador, and his fight had a lot of ads, so in preparation, the Joy hunted Waldron, creating bloodlust elixirs with their fangs. It was time to descend into the Vampire Lord's dungeon. Firing off a ray of frost, battle started. Cazador has alert, so he had initiative, which isn't great because we're at glass cannon. Definitely have to use a counterspell for blind here, because it's gonna really hurt otherwise. Shadowheart was up next with a ray of frost machine gun, and after firing her 4, 6, and 8 rays, she hadn't quite iced Cazador, so she flew up the stairs for better positioning. On her next turn, she flew closer and let off an incredible Otterluke's freezing spear, exploiting the majority of the turn order. She still had 3 action points and a bonus action, so with another sphere, twin spell, it was all over. That was Cazador down. Second on the list was Raphael. Shadowcute didn't feel like talking to Helsing to get the ritual instructions, so instead she flew and unlocked the balcony door. Her cold cantrip was the ultimate lockpick. And after finding all the ingredients from around the room, the portal was opened, leading to the house or home to take on Harlef. Shadowheart snuck around the back of the boudoir, and our fiery companion took the forward approach. Zonkina got spotted, but that's okay, Shadowcute got theirs, as she snuck in and got off the most incredible ice storm on the imps. As for Harlem, 99% seems like pretty good odds for a hold monster. He didn't last too long, eh? Okay, I must admit, these hell spheres usually give me a lot of trouble, but for an ice queen, it really wasn't a big deal. With the Orphic hammer in hand, it was time to take on the master of the house.
Down comes the claw.
Our old nemesis went first and hunted Shadowheart. On her first turn, she put up a wall of ice, quickened a spell to end Perilla, proccing Bloodlust, and Dimension Doored herself and Zonkina out. Shadowheart used her sea invisibility and got rid of Yuga, finishing this turn with a freezing spear. Shadowcute might be in a bad position here. She got punished really badly for overextending, and things were not okay. The pair had to come up with a plan, and Evelyn was listening very carefully.
Then we can continue our plan, go back into the room, and then you can arcane lock the door on your turn using the scroll in my inventory.
Zonkina revived Shadowheart, action surge, used the Dimension Door in the 2 to teleport them back into the room, closed the big metal doors, and sealed them shut with arcane lock, and, to top things off, Zonkina healed Shadowheart to fighting condition.
Yeah, we're back in it, boys.
Honestly, I'm so fucking impressed. It's not very often that I'm impressed. The tables have turned. The fiends were trapped in here of us, and they wanted to get out. The pair destroyed the soul pillars, and there was nothing left to do but to wait for the master of the house with a fitting display of their elemental masteries. Shadowheart and Zonkina made themselves comfortable on the couch, passing the turns until Arcane Lock expired. The doors opened wide. It was Shadowheart's turn to act. She let off an ice storm and another ice storm. Lasted a Cambion with a ray of frost, and finally hit off the Terrazon to eliminate everyone apart from Raphael. Raphael's turn was next, and it was embarrassing for him. Things were looking promising. Okay, I expect a miss every now and then. Surely not, right? Anticipating the Terrasol jitters, Shadowcute retreated to the corner of the room, but Raphael was out for vengeance, literally one-shotting her. Zonkina threw a potion at her, getting her back in the fight and letting her restrain him with a hold monster. Raphael automatically saves at the end of his turn, but by holding him, he doesn't get to act. It was a bit of a cycle, being held down by Shadowcute and getting bonked by Zonkina, eventually leading to his downfall. Damn, that was quite an epic one.
Yeah, we messed that dude up.
Last on the list was one of the hardest bosses in Baldur's Gate 3, but to reach him, a chess game was in order. Not feeling the mood for any games, Shadowheart purposely failed the chess game 3 times, going invisible immediately after the third move. This produces a fail state of the game and allows our heroes to skip all the puzzles right to the end. She approached Ansa, an ancient undead dragon, then executed a tactical retreat, leaving the room altogether. The pair wanted the upper hand, so she returned with Invis and used a concentrated blast, triggering a surprise round on Ansa. Zonkina set up with the globe of invulnerability, and it seems like Ansa wasn't the only one surprised.
Immune to what?
This fight was incredibly one known with a ray of frost, more ray of frost, and another one. Yeah, you get the point. Ansa flew away, and Shadowheart chased after, leaving the safety of a bubble. Upon striking the dragon, he retaliated with his legendary action. Oh my god, a 92. After dealing what would have been a mortal blow, Ansa flew back to the center and began charging his Storm Nova, gaining temporary HP. She couldn't quite get through his resolve, so she retreated to safety. Ansa unleashed his Stormheart Nova, but that was his all or nothing. Zonkina with her fire breath proved who the bad dragon of Baldur's Gate really is. One final peaceful sleep awaited before traveling to the upper city. Shadowcute made sure she wasn't forgetting anything. Tragedy struck as the pair rode the boat towards a morphic pool. Shadowcute, no, you can't swim. After reluctantly swimming across, she snuck past the ambush and was time to confront the Elder Brain. Unfortunately, the Emperor rudely interrupted our attempt, so Shadowheart shot him in the ass.
We are done.
Orpheus was freed, and he was a real one for becoming a sacrificial squid for the cause. With a new pal in tow, Shadowcute and Zonkina reached the upper city.
Now that's a cool approach. That's the approach of a lady who's gonna save the city.
As gorgeous as her strut is in that sorcerer robe, Shadowheart was over-encumbered, so she emptied her pockets.
Interfering with a corpse is a good way to become a corpse yourself.
Sweetie, I just wanted to bring my friends along. The cat was out of the bag, and she was still encumbered, so she dumped more ants. This was a predicament, and the plan here was to go invisible and escape combat. What they didn't see coming was how much of a gamer Cole the Red was. He actually drank an elixir of sea invis and 5-walled Shadowheart. Evelyn was completely dumbfounded and even went to check his intelligence score. His intelligence is 8. Okay, not taking any chances. Shadowheart got far away from there, while Cole took out his anger and buff and a charm and started looking all over the place. The 3 of them hid outside, invisible in the corner, and that was that. Shadowcute wanted to make amends with Cole the Red. She gave him a pouch, using her sorcery to purchase infinitely from the kobold. Hey Matt, sweetie, you might want to throw a save here.
Okay. Top 10 things you don't want to hear as we're getting ready to go into the final battle.
Cole the Red had amassed a lot of wealth. I think it'll be convenient if we place it in the pouch we gave him. Just a casual 133 milli. She dimension doored the little kobold. Can you close the door for me, please? Can you see his inventory?
Huh. He's a wealthy man. Oh my god. How have you done this?
I've done some sorcery.
Yeah, no kidding. You are a sorcerer. I think my computer actually just crashed.
Shadowheart might be a cold sorcerer, but she still managed to cast Ignis on Matt's computer.
That's it. My computer's cooked.
The game took a while to recover, and when the frame rate returned, Shadowheart was encased in gold. Oh my god, I pressed Alt-Tab to have it. Whoops. Okay, let's save the board again. The crew used an invis potion to run past everything. Shadowcute had one last little nap, restoring his spell slots, and Zonkina set on with a lot of fierce perilous stacks. What are these stacks for? Each stack adds 15 psychic damage. And remember that scroll we picked up earlier from Sorcerer Sundries? I'm not really a math kind of person, but 7 stacks of fierce perilous stacks and 6 projectiles seems like a lot of damage. Zonkina action surged and finished the dragon and the emperor with a magic missile. However, there is a downside to using fierce powerless tanks. Zonkina was vulnerable to all damage. Speaking of damage, she ate a magic missile from the Arcanist, and the Crown of Casters zapped her down. For all the times Zonkina had our back during the playthrough, it was only fair that we returned the favor with a potion and a globe of invulnerability. All the strategizing gave her a headache, so she had to rest her pretty brain. The last Arcanist went down and the portal was opened. Orpheus was sent in by himself to trigger the mind-broken reaction from the Elder Brain. The pair stood on a platform on opposite sides. It was absolutely majestic. Zonkina roasted the brain with Rays of Fire, dealing half its health in damage, and Shadowheart matched it with a cool blast of her own. 94% with advantage did seem like pretty good odds, but sometimes you need a bit of luck on your side. Luck wasn't the only thing we had going for us, as our fiery friend proved time and again on this adventure to be more than a match for Shadowheart's cool efficiency. Together, we froze out the competition and turned up the heat as the heroes of Baldur's Gate. It was time to say goodbye to Orpheus, also all the equipment that got us here. Shadowheart enjoyed the pretty moonlight, not before celebrating with a well-earned drink. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. And a kind thank you to the Tron. Definitely go check out his channel for the Fire version, linked in the description. And last but not least, my amazing Patreon sweeties. Thank you so much for your kindness and support as always.
I am working on it, okay?